Hey everybody, you remember this witch's hut from a few videos ago, right? Well, in today's video, I decided to add a little item, something that I've never really done before to this island. So definitely strap in and let's get on with that time lapse. Alright, so now we can begin getting into this build. I decided that I really wanted to stretch my creative capacity, so I went ahead and I built a beautiful cave for another deity on the same witch's island. Now, this is a type of build I've never done before, and because it's in a cave, I hope you can still see everything going on in the video. But just to be safe, turn up your brightness all the way up and hopefully that should work. Now, I took a lot of inspiration from Skyrim on this cave, and I think it really shows. From the mossy cobbled textures to the winding pathway and the lighting in general, I wanted this to feel just like a RPG or role-playing game in this way that it's designed. Now, I had to use World Edit to clear out the cave initially, and then I went in manually to adjust certain corners, turns, and have the cave feel like it was naturally formed instead of crafted by the hands of other people. Now, the cave symbolizes the home of a very powerful entity. This entity controls nature in all of its forms, ranging from the smallest blade of grass to the tallest trees. This cave has remained on the island dating back prior to even the first era of Yurn's timeline, and far prior to before civilization ever stepped foot upon the lands. For the most part, sailors steer clear of this island, not only because of the tales of the witch, but also from the fierce waves that tend to emanate from the island towards the open sea instead of the other way around. Countless shipwrecks and lives have been lost attempting to navigate these waters, and after a few decades, the people of Avenberg and the surrounding regions know better than to test their might against stacked odds. This deity, known as Fialin, allows no trespassers through her domain, with the only exception being that of the witch. Why this was allowed, not even the witch knows, but she regularly brings plants and mushrooms from her garden as an offering of lasting peace and harmony between the two. This routine has served her well, and over the decades, and with hope it will last her decades more. Now, once again, that's just a tidbit of lore for you, so you can take it, craft your own story around it. There are many potentials why the deity allows some and not others, but there is also a case to be made that the power of the gods has either waned over time, or the old gods have lost interest in the human world. Tell me what you think in the comments, and let's write the story of this continent together. Now, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content, leave a like and a comment. All of this helps the YouTube algorithm, and the more people we have adding to the story, the better and more in-depth it will become. But pretty much that's enough of me talking. There's not going to be a lot of music left over, but I'll meet you back for the walkthrough. All right, everybody. So here we are at the witch's hut on the middle of the island here. And what we're going to do is I did not clear a path to it just yet. I will get to that. But if we wrap around to the left of the witch's hut, you're going to see here the actual cave entrance. So I hope you enjoyed that time lapse. It was really cool. I had a lot of fun. I'm actually going to add that right there. There we go. So what I'm going to do, so we're going to hold a torch just, to help with the lighting. But as you can see here, this is the opening of the cave. And right here, we just have a small campfire for a little bit of warmth whenever you come in. If you get caught out in the rain, can't make it back to the house, whatever the case may be. And a little bit of a fungi garden here. And this is part of what the witch offers to this deity, Fialin, in order to appease, her. And so she doesn't wreak havoc on the island or even worse. So as you can see here, you can look down and this is absolutely gorgeous. I think there's so much to be said here, so much story that can be done. Definitely going to be some more lore written in for this cave for people to explore. But as we go down this winding stairway here, we have a little bit of storage space. We have a little bit of lighting. These trees growing off the sides here, I thought was a really cool touch. I think it adds definitely a fantasy element to this build. And then, of course, we have a small little mushroom garden as well. And yeah, like I said, just more storage, hanging lanterns, all of this stuff. Now, these lanterns are magically on all the time due to the deity, and also for this video, but lore-wise, they're pretty much magic at this point. But once again, we're going to go down to this other walkway, down to the third little level here. We have more trees up. I think they just look really cool, once again, growing along that side. We have another one right over there, growing along the little bit of green areas that we have outside of the rock. But right here, once again, more storage space. We have some ores and everything that have been mined over time slowly by the witch. You can crush it, make it into dyes, or make money off of it if she were to ever leave the island. She's kind of preparing for the worst here, just like all of us should. But we're going to go down here, and there is this actual area of prayer. So we're going to pretty much right here, you have the pillows. You would kneel, say your prayers to this thing. I tried to make it look kind of like a wilderness type god, but of course I thought about doing a giant tree in the middle, but that was a lot of work and I have never done that, and it looked absolutely horrible when I tried. So I just decided to do that thing, and I think it works. And of course we have the multiple waterfalls and everything coming down, but once again, some storage areas, these braziers here, a wash bin to wash your hands and things like that, and just some little side areas here. But this is pretty much it. And then, of course, we have lots of grass, lots of floating plants, all these lilies, everything like that to just make this whole scene come together. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to walk back up and I'm going to show you what the actual lighting is without my torch. So you can see there's a big difference. It definitely has some better shadows without a torch in my hand. But we have all the moss. We have everything growing up. We have the grindstones that actually hold all of these lanterns here. And I just think it looks really, really cool because if you watch it as you go up, the way it's winding, the way that it follows the natural pathing of the cave, I think just looks really, really cool. And like I said, I would actually have less lighting than this if at all possible, but it would have caused this video to be essentially pitch black. I've already tried it. I uploaded a video and I was like, I can't see anything. That means other people can't see anything. So that's just that. But yeah, this is the cave. That's it. All used in World Edit. Had to clear it out, then build these platforms manually. It was fun. It's an idea I've had in my head for about 2 months now, and I finally was able to actually complete it. So that was actually pretty nice. And like I said, it's just kind of tucked away. Nothing too crazy, but it's just kind of hidden away on this island. And I think it all comes across really well. But if you have any ideas, maybe some lore to add in here, definitely let me know. It would be fun to gauge your ideas and kind of add them in. But pretty much that's the video. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks so much for watching this time lapse and seeing this really original idea. If you have any tips or pointers to improve it, definitely let me know. But this is, of course, the Legendary Porpoise. I'm going to be signing off today. I hope all of y'all have a good day and happy gaming.